So I have a simple Tetris game written in vanilla.js, which has multiple bugs in it. So if, for example, I rotate a block next to the boundary, I may go outside of the game boundary, like here. Also, there are some issues with clearing mechanism. So the last block that falls down is not properly cleared, the one that triggers the clearing of the row. And let's try to reproduce it. And there are some other issues as well. For example, the score label, the one that we have at the top left corner, it also sometimes it's shifted to another place. It doesn't always appear in the same place. So I'm not sure exactly what's triggering it. But since we want to try vibe coding, I shouldn't need to. I should be able just to describe my issue, and an LLM should fix everything for me. So let me just try to get one of the rows cleared so you can see what I'm talking about. And yes, we can move it here. Yeah. So that very bottom part of that block should also disappear when the row is disappearing, but it is not. So there are probably other issues as well, but I guess that should suffice as a demonstration of Vagi working application. And I guess it's this should be a very good example or a very good test case for vibe coding, since everything here is visual, first of all, and second of all, it's very small code base. So everything can fit into a single JavaScript file of about 500 lines, and that should also fit into context window of LLMs that we will be testing. But let's see how they perform. Can they fix all the issues without breaking anything else? First of all, can they fix them? And second, if they fix them, did they break anything that was already working or not? So let's try to give those two goals and compare various LLMs on this task. So I want to fix all the bugs and any other issue in the code. Please show the corrected version, and let's just copy and paste the whole code without giving any further hints. Let's start with the most general thing, and let's see how they perform. So if the vibe coding claim is correct, we should get in no time and no effort on our side perfectly working Tetris, since it's such a simple thing comparing to other real world cases. But we don't want to spoil anything, so let's see how they perform. But of course, every time you're querying an LLM, you might get a slightly different answer. So if you try to recreate it, you may get different output. But let's see how we perform now. Takes some time, needs to think, it gives some hints about what it's thinking about. It's found some other issues like get color for mode isn't defined, which we haven't even seen. Probably the code itself is also not the best. It can be organized in a better way, but we don't care about that. We just care about the visual output. We want to see if we can fix a simple game simply by asking an LLM to fix it. And if not, then maybe some of the claims are a bit over exaggerated. There are several areas to address. First, the cell size. Here is something. Try to rotate to handle invalid rotations. So at least it found one of the issues we are talking about, or it's very near finding what's going on. But let's see how it performs. I will also fix event listener for element existence, checks, and improve the logic for handling shape placement. Okay, 2 minutes. Not that bad actually. Lists some of the things it changed. Okay, even some controls for the mobile. That's index had HTML, but that's not what we want. We wanted just JavaScript. So see, it already did something additional to the thing it was asked about. And if you are a pure vibe coder, you might have not noticed that it's there, which is another issue. So actually, sometimes it may fulfill your request, but do things in addition to it, which you might not be aware. So one thing is, first step is fixing the thing it should fix. The second is not breaking anything. And the third would be not adding anything that it shouldn't add. And all of those, I guess, are non-trivial or become non-trivial very fast as the code grows. So let's just copy the JavaScript part since we don't care about HTML. Okay, like this, like that. It's 360 and we have around 500, which means that probably it removed some of the things that it shouldn't remove. And by the way, which model it was? It's O3, which is one of the smartest models. And if you check the console, there is an error message here, uncode type error, shape is null, means that it tries to reference some shape object before it was initialized, before it was created in the code. And so probably try applying some fixes, but as it fixes the bugs it found, it creates new bugs, which is not good. Yeah, especially if we are pure vibe coders and we don't care about the code at all. It looks like it's not that easy. So let's see another model. Copy the same message and try all for mini high. And by the way, let's write down some results as it's thinking. So we tried all three and no visual output or no working results or non-working result crashes. Okay, let's see here if it finished thinking. It still thinks. The main issue is implementing a rotation. I'm working through the game logic. Okay, good. Yeah, so the good thing is that it finds actually some of the issues on its own, but it's unable to scope it properly. So the better approach would be to break it down to smaller steps. But in that case, are we really vibe coders and not real programmers? Because that's what real development is about. Just organizing the code and breaking it down to smaller parts and thinking about it. So if we still need to do this while working with LLMs, we are probably still developers. Okay, let's see. Use strict, add event listener, but let's not go into details since we should be able just to deal with the visual output. By the way, and did it tell us how long it took to think about that? That was my prompt, my query. It took for 2 minutes, 18 seconds. Okay. Little bit longer than O3. And I think that this one is supposed to be the best. All for me high for coding. So maybe it's a bit better. We have more code lines, more lines of code rather. And let's see what is the result. So let's restart. Let's close the console. What the heck is even that? Looks terrible, but at least it's working. Yeah. And score is completely unreadable. So can I rotate it? No? Okay, so it fixed something with the rotation logic, but make the game look completely ugly. So it looks like it broke more than it fixed. That would be it, but at least the output is working. So that's a big plus for all for me high. And let's start new model. We can write down our thoughts as it seems. So DeepSeek usually takes a really long time to think about the code, especially if it's longer, let's say, than 100 lines. Then it might take, I don't know, 10, maybe 20 minutes. I don't use it that often, but that's at least my experience till now. And let's write down what was the result with all four mini high. Results working. Fixed some issues like boundary collisions. Introduce multiple new bugs. Made the game ugly. Yeah, so let's put it down like this. Maybe we can do something like that. Result is working. Can split it into a list. App crashes. Reduced multiple impacts. Made game. That's all we can say as a vibe coder. We will not analyze the code itself. We just care about the results. Okay. The server is busy. Please try again later. So no result from DeepSeek for now. Let's try the Claude. So I'm using Claude 3.5 Sonnet. There is like some newer version 3.7, which probably is better, but haven't paid for it yet. So let's see how 3.5 deals with that issue. Okay, it's creating a plan. That's great. Using plan skill tool. Okay. We already output some code. That's pretty fast. Let's wait for it and see how it performs. Is it actually working? Yeah, but I guess till now we already can formulate some conclusions. So first of all, getting a working output is not that simple. You don't get it all the time, even on a very small problem like a Tetris. It's probably most of the real world applications are slightly bigger than that. And even if you get a working code, it may still break some stuff while fixing something else, and so on. So unless you are really supervising its output, I don't really see how can you vibe code the whole app. At least it has never worked for me. And as you can see here, there are some other bugs it created. So Claude, for example, uncode reference error, adjust canvas is not defined. So that's very common. It tries to call a function that doesn't exist at all, or it's or it's defined in some later place in code, and it doesn't know that it should move it before it was actually called, and so on. Yeah, so that's the issue you see, and unfortunately, it prevents the game from working. So, Claude, you didn't do well. 3.5, non-working results, and app crashes. So that's it, I guess. For now, I don't really see bright future for vibe coding, but who knows what will happen with new and better models.